Hello and welcome to How to Play Pop Piano Chords. Today we're actually going to check out 4 chords that are very popular, or chords that we typically will find in pop music. If you know these chords, you can actually play a lot of different tunes. So, let's check out these chords today by starting with a scale. So a scale is simply a collection of music notes. There are all different types of scales out there, but the scale that we are going to focus on specifically is the C major scale. And the real reason why I'm focusing on C major is because, it's all the white keys. Once you understand these concepts today, you could apply it to different scales, which you would have to learn about in other videos. So, let's check this out. The C major scale again is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then C. Chords are actually built off of a scale degree. So if I say scale degree, I'm talking about this first note, the C, is 1. I can build a chord off of this C note. The way that we build these chords in particular is by skipping the note next to it and going to this note, then skipping this note and going to this note. So I start on C, skip the D, go to E, skip the F, go to G. This creates a chord. A way I like to think of chords is kind of like a house. So this note, C, is kind of like the foundation of the house. This E note is kind of like the first floor of the house. And this G note is the top floor with the roof. That creates a chord. And this particular chord, you might say, well, what do we call this chord? Well, we call this chord a C chord. And the reason we call it a C chord is because the foundation of the house is the C note. Specifically, we call this a C major chord. When we use the word major, we're describing, a couple different things, but one thing we're describing is the way that the chord sounds. So this chord, major, sounds happy. And that's all we're going to worry about today, is the sound of the chord. So this chord, the C chord, is a C major chord because it sounds happy. Let's take this example of building a chord. Let's try the next chord. So we are going to go to the second scale degree, which is D. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to build another chord. So let's skip this note. It's right next to the E, and we're going to go to F. We're going to skip this note and go to A. So this creates the next chord. The foundation is D, the first floor is F, and the second floor with the roof is A. So here we have a new chord. What do you think we'd call this chord? Well, it is going to be a D chord because D is on the bottom. It's the foundation of the chord. So since D is the foundation, the name of the chord will be a D chord. Now, is it a D major chord? Actually, it's not. It's actually called a D minor chord. So for now, the minor chord we will describe as sounding sad or even kind of scary. Major was happy, and minor has a sad kind of feeling to it. So that's the D minor chord. So far we've learned two chords, the C major chord and the D minor chord. Now, the D minor chord, we're not even really going to worry about in our 4 chords today. It's just to have you understand how this works. The first chord, the C chord, is one of the chords we will need. The second chord is a G chord. And the number that this G chord would be the number 5. So how did I figure that out? Well, we know C is 1. So I'm going to go C, D, 2, 3, E, 4, F, and 5. That's the G chord. So the G, in order to make this chord, we do the same process. Skip this white key, go to this white key, then add this white key. So we've now created a 5 chord, or a G chord. This is one of our 4 chords that we need. So we have the C chord, which is 1. Then we go to the G chord, that's a 5 chord. The next chord we're going to create is a 6 chord. Do you think you can figure out which chord that would be? What note would be the root or the main note of that chord? Do you think you have it? Let's see if you're right. So here we had C, C, D, E, F, G. That's 5. So 6 would be the A note. In music, we go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then we repeat it over and over again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. So we started on C, we go in the alphabet, D, E, F, G, then we start the music alphabet over again. So that's how we get to an A note. So the A chord, we do the same process, skip the first white key, go to this second white key there, and then we go to this white key, and that creates this A chord. We would actually call this an A minor chord. So if you listen to it and hear it, it has kind of a scary, kind of creepy sound to it. Okay? That's the third chord. So the first chord was C. Then we go to a G chord, which was our 5 chord. Then we go to a 6 chord, which is the A minor chord. The last chord is the 4 chord. So let's see if we can figure out which chord that would be. So this is C. This is our 1 chord. C, D, 2, 3, E, F, 4. So the 4 chord would be an F chord. We do the same exact way of stacking these notes. So we have F, A, C. That creates an F chord. This one is an F major chord. These 4 chords we can do quite a lot with. So let's go over each one again. Play along with me if you can. The C chord, the G chord, the A minor chord, and the F chord. So we have a 1, 5, 6, 4. These 4 chords, like I said, you can play a lot of different things with them. It's pretty fun. And actually, you can take these chords and put them in different order or different progression. So, for example, the first progression or order I put these chords in was a 1 and then to 5 and then 6, and then 4, right? But what if I changed? What if I went, still started with the 1 chord, but I went to the 4 chord? And then maybe I go to the 6 chord after that. And then I go to the 5 chord. Let's see what that sounds like. So 1, 4, 6, 5. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah, so that's pretty neat. Let's do another progression. So maybe I do 1, and then how about I go to 6 instead? And then I go to 4, the F chord, and then I go to 5. That's pretty cool sounding too. So we have 1, 6, 4, 5. There's a lot of things you can do with those chords, and there are a lot of popular tunes that end up using those different progressions. It's just taking those 4 chords and rearranging them. I'd love for you to practice, come up with some different progressions, play around with it, and just have some fun. Those are the 4 chords that you need to know. Thank you so much for checking out the pop chord lesson today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to receive updates on new videos. For more free piano lessons, check out more videos on YouTube and MrHenrysMusicWorld.com.